Hello, welcome. Oh. There you go. It's good to see everybody. So I'm going to talk about what I just found out. Apparently, in my neck of the woods, there was a school shooting. So I'm going to read an article out loud about that. But before I do, lots of prayers and hope everybody is okay. I know people were shot, but I don't know who. I don't know if there were survivors. I don't know anything. I just found out right now. But yeah, we're gonna get deep into that as much as we know about it. Let me say hello to everybody real quick. Excuse me. Cat's Eye, Katie2, Nicole H, Lufa, hey. Not only was I saying hey to Lufa, but I was also saying the name hey because it's someone here in my chat, and I feel like every time I say hey, sounds like I'm saying hey to the person that I just called out, that I just shouted out to. So I don't know, but I like it. Agate, Haley Douglas, Free Fallen, Gerda Kotz. I hope I'm saying that right. Louise Davidson, Bigfoot. Okay, Sasquatch up in here. Okay. Nikki Gryffindor 93 DJ. Dude, hold on. Let me refresh this shit because I got my lighting just right and everything. Yeah, that's a pain, man. I can't stand when that happens, dude. Can't stand when that happens. Anyway, where was I? Scout Inquirer, Alicia, Cherry K, MJ's Life, Phantasmagorical, An Advocate of Grace, Living the Best Life, Just Me, Canine Rescue, A Gramsci Life, hey, Snacks. All right. Thank you, Living the Best Life, or An Advocate of Grace. Yes, I'm having a great day. Thank you. I'm having a good day, a decent day, I guess, something to that effect. Hey, Chrissy. So, there was court for James Hamilton, boyfriend of the mom, which her name slips my mind at the moment. The mom of James Hutchinson. James Hutchinson being 6 years old. Mother and boyfriend are on trial for murdering him. After, according to her, she tried to abandon him and his two siblings. And he apparently, according to her, held on to the car as she drove away and ran him over. Supposedly, she went back to recover his body and the two kids, and they stored him in a spare bedroom in the house before dumping, tying a cinder block to him and throwing him in the river, apparently, to dispose of his body. Now, this dude, this James Hamilton, the boyfriend, supposedly he said that, oh, hey, Wolfie Corn. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, bud. And I'm gonna get with you about something. I texted Colton earlier because I have some plans coming up. So and I wanted to run them by you actually. But going back to little James Hutchinson, so he was James Hamilton, the boyfriend. He was he was, according to the mom, he pressured her into quote unquote getting rid of them. And I don't have the report, but according to court documents, days prior to the incident in question, they tortured these kids. They hogtied them and left them hogtied and gagged for an extended period of time. And I have absolutely no love, or I feel nothing for these people at all. Anybody who's capable of treating children like this. Yeah. And, you know, now his court date is pushed back, apparently. We are still waiting on Brittany Gosney. Her name just came to my mind. Brittany Gosney is pleading insanity, and they are evaluating her coming up to find out if she's competent enough to stand trial. You already know my feelings on that. I've talked about that on lives that I've done in the past talking about this case, but the update on that is James Hamilton's court date is being pushed back. So that's even longer that we're going to have to wait to get justice for these kids, which is quite irritating. Now, on better news, I'm getting used to this monetization thing here. So you could see I pinned in the chat, I pinned the link to my Patreon. I now have a Patreon. So if you become a member of a Patreon, I have some ideas that I was tossing back and forth to Annie, as a matter of fact. Because guys, I don't know anything about this stuff. I don't know how to do this. But so I'm like, what kind of content am I going to provide? Am I going to give Patreon? And then I thought of something. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Drunk History. I think certain episodes are the funniest things I've ever seen. It's basically where somebody gets drunk and explains a historical event. So I was thinking of doing something to that effect, but with true crime. So crime cases, so drunk crime. And I would do that basically for Patreon members. So I think, yeah, because it's funny. My haters, they like to hate on me for having been live and having had a few drinks in me. I don't apologize for that. You know what I mean? I don't. Like, I'm a grown up. If I want to drink, then I'm gonna drink. You know. Now, I realize it affects the content to a certain degree. So that's why I don't really do it so much these days at all. But I thought it might be fun to do it. Patreon, you know, so anybody who likes to have, basically an oak leaf. So cheap wine and true crime is how that's going to go down. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Because I get people that actually like when I drink and do live streams, which is kind of weird. but because I always feel, like, man, why'd I do that? You know, but some people think it's fun. And so, yeah, that's gonna be one of the things that I do. I'm definitely going to be covering retro true crime cases, serial killer cases. I think the first one that I'm going to probably get into is going to be John Wayne Gacy. And so, yeah. So as far as announcements go, yeah, I now have a Patreon. So I really hope that you join the Patreon. And I also started the membership thing, but it takes like 24 hours. They did it like 2 hours ago, not even. So eventually you can become a member here. And yeah, Don, we're going to talk about that. I'm actually going to read the article, the latest article that was released, but thank you for letting us know about that. So yeah, I mean, this has been, it's been interesting, and I got to a point where, hold on a second. Sorry about that, guys. There was something with the lighting that was really bugging me. It was making my shirt look like TV static. It was kind of weird. It was weirding me out with the green screen and everything. But well, yeah. Copenhagen Girl is saying, why do I have a Patreon? I have a Patreon because I can. Like, don't join it. Don't join it. If it's not something that interests you, it's just an option now. And I'm glad that I'm able to provide more options. This whole YouTube thing, man. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun, and sometimes I forget that, and I think a lot of us forget it, and so my plan moving forward is to have as much fun with this as I possibly can. Like if you're stressing out, like, I mean, there's, I choose to separate myself from the type of creators or listeners that dox people and just make the experience really miserable. This is supposed to be entertainment. If it's not entertaining you, then it's no good. It's look at right. I want to have fun. I want to have fun with everyone here. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna create options to where I'm not big on following rules. I don't like that I have to watch my F-bombs now. I don't have to, but if I want to make the best out of this channel, then yeah, you gotta adapt or die. It's just how that is. But that's why I'm starting a Patreon, and starting membership, because you're going to be able to have access to things that you're going to have access to a very no holds barred, no holding back will. And no, I don't iron, Lufa. I don't iron. I think this shirt is just super starched. Possibly. I don't know. But I love this shirt. I absolutely love my Flash Gordon shirt. And and I like, yeah, so I and somebody taught me, I'm not military, right? But somebody taught me how to like military style like fold clothes, and nothing ever gets wrinkled that way. It's pretty great. So when my clothes are like fresh out of the dryer, I just kind of like, do the military thing and then just stick them. Yeah. I might actually do that too. You guys are mentioning stuff um, about fitness. I might actually do something involving fitness for the Patreon as well. Um, and 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 Caleb just drops truth bombs because, again, because I don't want people. I do not want this horrible tragedy today, and it is a tragedy. Okay, this horrible tragedy that has taken place that we're going to get into. I do not want that to infringe on my Second Amendment rights, which is the right to bear arms, dude. Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. All right, so I'm gonna read this. Multiple people were shot, including a police officer at a high school in Tennessee on Monday, authorities said. The shooting occurred at the Austin East Magnet High School in Knoxville. The city's police department said it wasn't immediately clear if anyone was killed in the incident. The department first reported the shooting around 4 p.m. local time, and shortly after said a reunification site had been established at a nearby baseball field. Knoxville County Schools Superintendent Bob Thomas said the school had been secured and students who weren't involved in the shooting were released to their families. Thomas called the incident tragic and said additional details will be released soon. Other details about the shooting weren't immediately available. So it is still a developing story, guys. I don't have any information on the victims. I don't have any information on how many fatalities there are. Hopefully there are none. But people have been shot. So people are at least injured. So let's keep our prayers on this high school and these people. I mean, 4 p.m., that's an hour and a half ago. And a cop was shot, man. And I don't know anything about the shooter. I don't know who the shooter was. I don't know if the shooter survived. I always hope that they catch these shooters alive. Because, I mean, if we're going to try to understand these people, talking to them is going to be the best way to do that. But I mean, most of the time, this is a means to a suicide. These horrible acts. No, Lufa. No. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at nobody for for not joining the Patreon. I just have one because at this point it doesn't make sense to not have one. So that's why I have one. And right, MJ's life, you're right. I mean, that's one way to look at it, Nikki Venable. I don't want to get in a big theological thing about it. But, depending on what you consider God to be, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you 100% on that. I mean, for me, just having a genuine gratitude for being here and having a connection to others is a relationship with God, in my personal opinion. That's just my opinion. And yeah, I mean, these are people who are not at peace, and they have just what I can only imagine to be just pure torment going on in their heads all the time. And that's not to excuse what they're doing, because there's just it's just not the way. It's just not the way. Going and planning some heinous, hurtful shit. And 90% of the time, I don't feel sorry for these people because most of the time, all right, Mallory, thank you for joining Patreon. Most of these are just feel sorry for themselves, whiny little punks, who feel entitled. And then when they don't get what they feel they're entitled to, they take it out on innocent people and then themselves and say, oh, my life is terrible. I mean, I get depression, depression's one thing. That's one thing. But when you are simply just an entitled, whiny person who just doesn't, who feels like the world owes them something, when the fact of the matter is, this is a newsflash, the world doesn't owe you anything. It's just where we are, and it's your responsibility to make the best of it for yourself and make it not unpleasant, and make it not unpleasant for those around you in your environment. Right. I mean, there's other ways. I mean, to me, that's just pure weakness, man. There's nothing brave about that. There's nothing, like, it's crazy. Like right now we're going through this thing where China is bullying around Taiwan, right? So now the United States is saying, quit bullying Taiwan, right? Same thing that was going on with Iraq and Kuwait back in the early 90s, right? So right now, the United States is saying, leave Taiwan alone, right? What are we going to do? Let's think about this for a second. Look at what happened in Vietnam. Like, you remember, to me, the funniest line in almost any movie is Princess Bride, where that dude is like, he's doing the battle of wits, right? And he's he's doing the battle of wits, and he's like, you fell for one of the biggest blunders, one of which is never get involved in a land war in Asia. Talking about Vietnam, which is hilarious to me. Because, yeah, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. I think Vietnam had something like 200 years of land combat experience over United States. That's why they whipped our ass. That's why they whipped us, right? You think China's not going to whoop us? This is why I say so, okay? Sorry, I still got that line stuck in my head. Oh, God. That's so funny. Never go up against a pavilion when death is on the line. Sorry, I had to get that out. But we're not going to beat China. It's not going to happen. China's super, super, super. I mean, the discipline of their soldiers versus the discipline of our soldiers today. And this is not to talk bad about veterans and anybody who's enlisted right now and serving our country. I appreciate you, and you have all my respect in the world. But the fact is these soldiers are not trained the way they used to. Now their feelings are being taken into consideration. It's crazy to me. I talk to people who are in the military now, right? I talk to people who are in the military now, and like it's like, you remember like Full Metal Jacket, how that drill sergeant was? Like, that doesn't fly now. Drill sergeants are nothing like that anymore. They're nice to you. It's crazy. They have to say please and stuff. Thank you, Evelyn. I appreciate that. Dude. Dude, I know, man. It's insane to me. It's insane to me that, I mean, aren't we supposed to like train our military to be like, to if they get caught, I mean, they're supposed to be the toughest of the tough. Like, the idea is war, right? The idea is to come out on top in a war. And in a war, you're literally fighting to the death. If I'm training to survive a war, right? A battle. If I'm training to survive an actual battle in a war, right? I don't want you being nice to me. I want to be made of stone when I walk out of my training. Whatever it takes. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what good does it do my country to get butt hurt for my drill sergeant insulting me and yelling at me? Like, it's crazy the way things are today. It's crazy how things are today. Like, we are not the toughest military force like we used to be. I just don't think that that's possible when your drill sergeant is taking sensitivity courses. Louisiana girl, I'm on the fence about that. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. I do not like, I'm telling you, I don't like being in group chats. I don't like, yeah, it just bugs me. I like to have a certain boundary between me and basically everyone else. Because something always happens. There's always drama. And I don't want it anymore, man. I want to enjoy this, man. I want to have a good time here, and I want to have good dynamic with everyone else, and I just don't need that, man. And this is nothing to do. Hold on, sorry, I got to refresh again because the camera cut off. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Give me 1 second. Whoa, dude. I'm a ghost, bro. Hold on, let me fix this. All right, I guess I'm just gonna have to live with that. but it's whatever. Anyway. This fucking boomer troll. I honestly, yeah, I'm not a big fan of group chats at all. And honestly, it's been nice and peaceful. It's been nice and peaceful. Not getting into it with people. I don't like getting into it with people, even though I'm kind of good at it. I prefer not to get into it with people. But this is driving me crazy. Give me 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second here. All right. Well, I honestly don't know how to fix that, except maybe. Okay. All right. So, yeah, somebody had the idea for me to take my shirt off, which was not a bad idea. So, I changed shirts. So, yeah, that's how I see Discord. I'm not in anybody's Discord. Like, Mr. Nut started a Discord, and I never go in it. And I probably should, because I miss talking to the dude. He's just been really busy. But hey, Saint Almost Fire. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not doing that, man. Like, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, no way. I'm just not doing that. Uh, so I'll find ways for everyone to benefit from me having a Patreon and membership levels, and we'll find a way to have fun for sure. Yeah, like, I don't know. Is that happening right now? Are people upset? Are people upset that that I have a Patreon? Okay, sorry. Giveaways we could probably do. That might be cool too. That's what I'm saying, Rachel Hudson. I mean, I'm not trying to like, you know, I used to be weird about that. I used to be really weird about that, but I don't know, man. Like, if people want to show support that way, then right on. It doesn't hurt me at all. I'm happy about it. Yeah, man, and that's cool. That's absolutely totally cool, man. Wow, Pugs is in here. I haven't seen Pugs in a long time. Uh, I mean, dude, I'm half Dominican, and I walk dogs a lot, and it's been really nice. The weather's been really, really nice lately, and it's the lighting too. So, like, I watched I watched that. I don't know the last. If you guys remember the last time Annie was on this channel, she called in, and she was telling me to watch a documentary on Showtime called Supervillain, and it was about Takashi 69. Dude, that was the weirdest thing ever. Like, you guys think I'm a troll. I'm a troll. But this dude he trolled the entire hip hop industry. He completely did. He trolled, I mean, dude, and he ratted out a gang. And he's still like walking around, breathing, making videos. It's crazy to me. He ratted out members of the Blood. Like, crazy. And they got sent up. They got sent up, Sing Sing, doing time. And this dude is just walking around like it's all good. Um, it's called Supervillain. It's a Showtime documentary series. It's like 4 episodes, something like that. I just binge watched it. Yeah, that's exactly what he did, Caleb. If Caleb if Caleb ever goes into Duty Ron's chat, Duty Ron will like acknowledge him. But for some reason he's not familiar with the name Caleb, so when he reads Caleb's name, he calls him Khalib, and it makes me laugh hysterically every time, and I don't want to correct him. I just It's super funny to me. I love Duty Ron. All right, Rachel. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun, man. We're gonna have some fun in the Patreon, dude. Khalib. This shit is so funny to me. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. I guess Annie's in here, and I just realized I forgot to let her know that I was going. I told her I was going to go live though today. I did tell her that. So I'm not in trouble. All right. Let's do this. See if anybody wants to call in. Katie K, you're all good, man. Oh, I mean, no, it's nothing. I just did somebody give me a super chat? Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Nah, Annie, I mean, yeah, pretty much the stuff that I texted you about. Like I started the membership thing, but it takes like 24 hours or something like that, so people can be members. And then there's the Patreon that's pinned up there at top. So now I have Patreon. And yeah, I'm gonna be drinking cheap wine and going over true crime. I'm gonna enjoy trash talking Son of Sam while I'm hammered drunk. That's gonna be a blast. And Casey Anthony. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Maybe I'll like add special guests too. Like I'll get people like other creators to jump on those and talk about those with me. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna do them. I just set the thing up. I don't even know what I'm doing. There's nothing going on. We're just hanging out. L House. But yeah. So that's basically what we're gonna do. We're just gonna get wrecked and talk about dirty, nasty serial killers, people doing nasty, dirty crap to other people. Oh, that's also an idea there. Do something for 420. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rachel. And if you join Patreon, just for Cherry K, once a week, I'm going to do an Amber Heard appreciation night, where we just celebrate Amber Heard's existence because she is an amazing, fantastic, sweet person. I just, yeah, it's gonna be so special. We're gonna talk about how Tekashi 6ix9ine is the second worst thing to happen to music next to Hollywood vampires. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be beautiful. Amber Heard appreciation night. Who's in? Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, same St. Elmo's Fire. Um, that's funny. Oh, what a good day. I get to explain 420. I don't know how it originated. It's a reference to like marijuana use, right? I think it has to do with the time. I don't know. Let me look it up. Let's look into that. Let's utilize the internet here. Okay. Let's let's look at the Wikipedia explanation here. So in 1971, five high school students in San Rafael, California, used the term 420 in connection with a plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop based on a treasure map made by the grower, calling themselves the Waldos because their typical hangout spot was a wall outside the school. The five students, Steve Capper, Dave Reddix, Jeffrey Noel, Larry Schwartz, and Mark Gravich, designated the Louis Pasteur statue on the grounds of San Rafael High School as their meeting place and 4:20 p.m. as their meeting time. The Waldos referred to this plan with the phrase 420 Louis. After several failed attempts to find the crop, the group eventually shortened their phrase to 420, which ultimately evolved into a code word that teens use to refer to consuming cannabis. I did not know that. Very interesting. So that's the deal with 420 there, St. Elmo's Fire. For real, Lufa, I'm with you on that. Some of y'all really, some of y'all need to, some of y'all need weed in your lives. Like, it's okay. Dude, I'm telling you, man, you know what's awesome? I mean, I started doing edibles, man. Like, I'm saving money. First off, I'm saving money. I'm even smoking less cigarettes. So I'm cut out the whole smoking aspect of it, and it's causing me to smoke less cigarettes, which is kind of weird. I don't understand how that's even working, but it's working. Um, so yeah, I'm seeing nothing but benefit from it. Like a week and a half ago, put it this way: a week and a half ago, I spent $80 on edibles, and I have not. I have been perfectly feeling great consistently for a week and a half. Every moment that I'm awake. So do the math. Can you imagine that? You know how much you have to smoke to feel like that all the time? So, yeah. If you're a smoker, I highly recommend going to edibles, man. Just right. Cherry K, I'm telling you, man. It's expensive, dude. It's such an expensive habit, you know? But when you're doing edibles, dude, you're good. I'm telling you. Like, I've saved so much money. There's no way that as high as I've been for as long as I have been, there's there's no way. I mean, $80, I would have ran out within 2 days. I would have smoked that in 2 days, 3 days, tops. Yeah, dude. So expensive, dude. Yeah, the vape pen you save a lot too. The vape pen you save a lot too. I remember I first hit one of those things. It was so funny. I was at a bar and this dude was like, "You want to hit this?" You know? And I was like, "What?" Because you could vape in most indoor places. But I was getting stoned. I was smoking cannabis, THC. I was vaping cannabis. Like right there, like it was all good in front of everybody because it doesn't smell like weed. Pretty amazing. I mean, some people take this to the. I mean, I'm not like that. I just like to feel nice, you know, and do my own thing. You know what I mean? Like, I just like feeling nice, you know. Some people they take it to another level. Like they do dabs. You know what dabs are? Where it's like they take the wax and they take a torch. They take a torch and they burn the wax and then they suck it up the smoke and it's like dude I did a dab like just one and like I was stupid for like the whole day, just plain stupid. Like I couldn't put together a thought. It was just ridiculous. I don't want to feel like that. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess it's fun if you're like that's what you're doing that day. You know what I'm saying? But I'm helping these dudes like move a couch, you know, and they're like, "Hey, let's do a dab real quick before we move the couch." And I was sitting there moving that couch, going, "That was the stupidest thing I've ever done." Yeah, it was. Yeah, stupid. Just stupid. I'm not doing that again. I mean, I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but I'm definitely not like I'm not moving a couch. You know, I'm not doing it the day I'm helping somebody move. You know what I mean? But this stuff that I got, the edible that I got, it's like a syrup, right? It's like a syrup, and I take like not even dude like half a teaspoon is a huge amount, and you're good like the whole day. Yeah, somebody's always. I mean, there's only a pothead would a joint or a bong not even be enough. You know, somebody's got to be. You know what? I don't like the fact that I have to grow this stuff. You know, I just want. All right, Siren Jag is now a member of Patreon. Thank you, Siren Jag. Um, yeah, I don't. They get so creative. I remember when somebody was first explaining to me about wax, and I was like, he was like, "Yeah, I just want to eliminate everything else except for the THC. I just want the pure THC. That's it." And I was like, "Okay, you know," but it was like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just rolling up a joint and smoking it. You know what I mean? It's but somebody always has to get really, really like they have to get all engineering on it, and just start figuring out these creative ways to consume THC and get stupid high. When it's, I mean, to me, it's just not even necessary. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I love to work out. Like yeah, I'm a big fan of that because I just get into the music and then I get into the goals that I set in my head, and then I reach those goals. Yeah, see, that's the one thing I'm really good at is I take pride in my joint rolling capabilities. I still use a dollar. No shame in that. I have no shame in that. I still use a dollar, but I will roll this thing with the perfect amount of paper so that it burns evenly all the way to the very end and leaves nothing but a cherry K that goes out. That is all. That is the idea, that it burns slowly, evenly, and all the way to the very, very end. And it's a process, I got to use a dollar. I got to use something to pack it with, you know. Wow. Man, you got some low standards there. Damn, Siren Jag, that's a bummer you got a migraine, dude. Sorry to hear that. Awesome. Thank you, Phantasmagorical. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Yeah. We can absolutely I can absolutely do that. I can do a joint rolling tutorial on Patreon. I have no idea how many people would be interested in that. I have no idea how many smokers. Because that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like it's none of anybody's business, but it's like I don't hide it either. Like I don't give a shit because I don't see anything wrong with it. But I'm curious. Type of one. Type of one if you smoke weed. Wow. Holy shit. Oh my God. I had no idea so many of my listeners were potheads, dude. Wow. I mean, but it's not a drug, dude. Caleb. That's true, man. That's what happens, dude. I never said do as I do. Y'all don't be looking at me like I'm some sort of influence on y'all, man. Y'all are messing around with that devil's lettuce, and that's gonna you gotta mess around, end up playing in the devil's playground in hell. Mess around with the devil's lettuce. Stop it. I'm playing though, because I'm doing that shit. Yeah, I mean that's a bummer. There's people who have, you know, they got government jobs or jobs where they get randomly tested. I mean, that's so crazy, dude. That you get randomly tested for weed. You know what I mean? Like even nowadays, like who gives a shit if somebody smokes weed? Like seriously, at this point, all right. Now type of one, if you smoke weed and have a job, type of one. You are currently employed. Retired. See, that works too, man. Dude, if I was retired, are you kidding? Dude, I wouldn't even know what fucking day it is, dude. If I was retired, if I was retired, I wouldn't even know what day it is because I wouldn't care. I honestly wouldn't care. It's a mundane detail what day it is when you have nothing to do, no responsibilities at all, right? I wouldn't care what day it is. I wouldn't care what year it is. I I just wouldn't care, man. Dude, I don't like traveling, man. See, I'm probably gonna take a trip out to see my brother, um, and maybe even Colton because he's in the same area. Um, and I'm trying to do that probably towards the end of the of summer, right? But dude, I hate traveling, dude. I realize I don't like being on airplanes. It's not that I'm afraid of flying or anything. It just I don't like being stuck sitting in that spot. Like I want to get off the plane. From the moment that I sit down on a plane, I want to get off. You know? What's up, Holly Love? I haven't seen Holly Love in a minute. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't want to fly across the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind taking a plane ride that's like 2 hours, you know, but I'm not trying to be on a plane for like 4 hours, dude. I mean, that's super irritating, man. What's up, Norma Thomas? Dude, I wish I was B.A. Baracus from the A team, dude. Hell yeah, bro. The devil's lettuce. What is the devil's lettuce indeed? Rachel Townsend. What indeed? Dude, don't ask me how Patreon works. I don't know. I don't know, Cat's Eye. Honestly, I wish I wish I could walk you through it. Dude, it took me months just to set up the Patreon because I didn't understand how it worked. I still don't understand how it works. So like the whole reason I have a Patreon is because people have been requesting that I start a Patreon. Right? So stupid. Like, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I should have had the Patreon up and running when I wasn't monetized. That would have made a lot more sense, you know, but whatever. I might, man. I might need help. Yeah, but that's not going to happen because that's not going to happen. Okay? Listen, I'm not a piece of meat, people. Okay? I have feelings. Right? I'm capable of love. Okay? You ask Little Miss Amber Heard. Okay? You ask Little Miss Nicole Kissinger. I'm capable of love, damn it. Oh, there is a shirtless picture of me on Instagram. I was laying down with a dog. Dude, guys, man. Okay. All right. Look at that beautiful young woman, bro. Look at that gorgeous young lady. Dude, let me tell you something. She could shit on my bed anytime she wants, dude. Okay. That's she could shit on my bed anytime, bro. Okay. Look at her. She said, just lost my eye. Wow. Thank you, Nicole H. Nicole H is now a Patreon member. Thank you. Dude. Look at, and here she is. Here's my sweet NK defending me, taking down the Japanese crime syndicate, protecting me from them. Beautiful, sweet soul that she is. Y'all are just jealous. You're just jealous. I swear, some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys log on here just to get trolled. God's spinach. Jeremy M in the house. God's spinach, he said. Sammy Smith, that type of judgmentality will not stand here. Okay? These are sweet, beautiful, loving young ladies. Dude, I'd probably give up a finger for Amber Heard. I'd probably give up a finger for her. I might. I might be willing to do that. Dude, that was a beautiful moment for our lives, MJ's life. That was a beautiful moment. That was when MK and I met and fell in love. Most definitely. Amber and I fell in love the same way, actually. Amber and I fell in love the same way. Let me go ahead and share that with you real quick. Let me go ahead and share that with you. Hold on. That was when we fell in love. Play it one more time. Oh, those summer nights. Oh, those summer nights. All right, bye, Holly Love. It's good to see you again. Yeah, I was just it's basically saying that I got a Patreon, and Amy Eck, but also that James Hamilton, the boyfriend of Brittany Gosney, uh, who is charged in the murder of little James Hutchinson, his trial is getting pushed back, so which is irritating, because they just keep killing time. It's really annoying. Listen, Khalib, my man. All right, she can do anything she wants. Okay. Lufa. Lufa's funny. Dude. So ridiculous, dude. Here we go. Yeah, is there anybody in Minneapolis right now? Is there anybody in Minnesota? Because apparently there's another cop shooting. And people are pissed off about it, protesting. People have already gotten arrested. So so my prayers go out to those in Minnesota right now. I mean, maybe. Hopefully not. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, man. You know, it's real important, guys. It's real important that we exercise our rights. You know, if we don't exercise our rights, that's they're more likely to be taken from us when we don't exercise our rights. You know, and our right to assemble and our right to protest, that's an important right to have. That's an important right to exercise. You have to do that. You know, especially if you want change and you want people that are in power to make that change, to listen. Well, that's a very effective way to do it. But when you put people in danger and you destroy people's livelihoods in the process, well, that's not going to get anybody to listen to anything. So no, I don't support looting in any way, shape, or form. I mean, these are small businesses. It's already, small businesses are already struggling as it is because of this pandemic. Small businesses are struggling as it is simply because the large corporations are taking them over and pushing them out. So when you start destroying and looting these small businesses, you're destroying the essence of America. You know, this is not you, and you're not helping anything. You're not solving anything. You know, and what you're doing is you're making protesting seem like it's a very dishonorable thing. You're perverting the idea of protest by benefiting yourself with mundane material objects. You're not entitled to them. You're not. No, you know, just because something doesn't go the way it should go, you know, just because something doesn't go the way that it's supposed to go, well, it doesn't give you the right to help yourself to somebody else's property. And it doesn't give you the right to destroy someone else's property. You know what? I have respect for someone who comes to this country, and that's another thing that really bothers me too, because it's in, you know, a lot of the times it's in protest for minorities, right? So, but these small business owners, 90% of the time, they're minorities. They're people who migrated to this country to take advantage of the opportunities that this country has. So what are you doing when you take somebody who came to this country with nothing and built something from the ground up and is completely independent and their own boss? They're their own boss. They've achieved that, and they did it through hard work. You know, and then you're going to go break their windows and start taking their merchandise because you're angry at something that happened that shouldn't have happened. No. These are the people that you should be defending. These are the people that you should be standing up for. So yeah, I mean, it's really important that we exercise our First Amendment rights. Obviously, sure, I'm a big fan of that. But you know, to destroy property and act like you have some sort of entitlement and some sort of justified reason for doing it, you know, no. You're never going to justify that to me. You're never going to justify destroying someone's livelihood. You're never going to justify to me destroying someone's livelihood in protest because the police did something that they shouldn't have done. That makes no sense to me. Yeah, so I'll never support that. I'll never get behind people who do that. Never. I'm a big fan of people who work hard, and they don't feel like they're entitled to anything. I'm a big fan of someone who works hard to get what they have, and they still feel blessed and grateful for the ability to be able to work hard and benefit from hard work. Yeah, you should be, Lufa. You should be very proud of that. You know, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not even, blasting out people who have inherited money or whatever. At some point, somebody worked hard to get that, so that their kids and future generations in their family don't have to struggle. Good for them. Probably not anybody that I can really relate to or could see myself hanging out with, honestly. But as long as you make your money honestly, and you don't depend on anyone else, you're okay in my book. You got my respect. I don't care if it's, if you got nothing or you've got millions, Right. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, Caleb. Then it becomes illegal. You start throwing bottles and stuff at cops, I mean, what message are you sending? In your mind, you're thinking, okay, well, I'm sending the message of we're sick and tired of police brutality and we're not going to take it anymore. So we're standing up to the police. Okay, great. But when you do that and you do it in that manner, you're just showing the rest of the world how brutal we are. I mean, all we have to do, there's ways to assemble and to make a point. Like when people first protested George Floyd's death, I was so proud of this country because everyone was peaceful at first. I was so proud. I was like, man, this is in every major city. There's these protests and they were peaceful. And then they got ugly, you know? And then I was just like, man, see, that ruins everything. Ruins the whole thing. I agree with you, Eco Spice. Hi, DH. Yeah, I mean, and I'm in no way am I expressing my political views in any way, shape, or form. If I'm being honest, uh, you know, because it's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with just plain common sense. You know, uh, I respect someone who I respect people who respect other people. Um, I respect people who take other people into consideration when they protest. You know, uh, something needs to be done. I agree with you. I agree that something needs to be done. It's not okay for these unauthorized or these unjustified shootings to take place. It's not okay for police to overstep their authority. It's not okay for any of that. But there's a way to go about it and making change that's not, you know, smashing windows of small businesses and taking whatever you feel like. That doesn't make sense. So I'm just never going to get behind that because there's no way you're ever going to justify that to me. There's just no way. But anyways, guys, I think I'm going to call it. And I love you guys. For those of you who joined Patreon, thank you. For those of you who donated and sent super chats, thank you. And for everybody who just showed up, man, is enjoying the channel and enjoying the chat, I appreciate you. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.